Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? It's your girl, Keisha Michelle here. I just want to say good morning wherever you are. It's 10 a.m. here in Texas, and it's a kind of a gray day looking over the golf course, but it's a wonderful day indeed because we have it. We're blessed with it because everybody didn't wake up today. So I just want to send a special shout out to God. Grateful for another day, another chance, another opportunity. Okay. And yeah, I just want to send love out to my loved ones, to my friends. One of my closest friends lost her father this weekend, suddenly, unexpected. And it just, so many people around me lost someone really, 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 really close, just like this. And it's like, it just, anytime you're that close to death, because you hear about death every day to where you're numb about it, right? Because it's on the news, people are getting shot, killed. It's like a regular thing. But then when it hits you close in your circle, my mentor, Lisa Nichols, lost her aunt, and I was with her in New Orleans recently, and she was just, I was on watch to just watch the phone and make sure they weren't calling with the news. And it was like every time the phone rang, you thought they were going to say that her aunt was gone. It was just crazy. And then, just talking to my friend, and she calls me, she's in the hospital bed. She's literally laying next to her grandmother in the hospital bed. And then she gets a call about her dad in another state, and he's gone. And it's just like, God. Oh. So I was just like, oh my gosh. So guys, I always say this, and I say this, and I never take it for granted when I say it. But I always remind myself that every time I take a deep breath, every time we take a deep breath, someone takes their last breath. Someone loses someone they love, and that loved one takes their last breath. And so I say that to say, not to be a Debbie Downer, but just to understand that life is precious. And so what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for to forgive? What are you waiting for to love? What are you waiting for to dance? What are you waiting for to laugh? What are you waiting for to sing? What are you waiting for to give, to surrender, to honor? What are you waiting for to live? Like, go and do the thing. Like, what are you waiting for? Because there's nothing promised. And it's not so that you live in fear, but you live in faith. Because the thing that hurts the most is when someone leaves and you forgot you didn't forget, you just didn't make an effort, right? Or the thing that really sucks is if you get some type of scenario in front of you and you only are looking at what you wish you would have done. And so, friends, that's what we are trying not to do with our lives. And so today I thought it'd be appropriate to talk about faith. One of my favorite words ever on the planet, probably because when I was growing up, my dad whenever he would preach, his message was always about faith. And he always talks about faith, 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 faith. I feel like I'm never tired of talking about faith. I'm never tired of talking about faith. Why? Because life is always happening. Life is always happening. And so because things are always changing, there's uncontrollable variables that are going on around me. Because life is always happening, there's always different levels. There's always different levels. And in these different levels, you're going to always require faith. And so your faith last year and this year is not going to be the same. It's the same word. Come on, somebody. It's the same word, but it's not going to be the same faith because the scenario has changed. And I believe that we are here to prove God. And so in order to prove God, right? Because now here's the thing. If people shout out God is real and God is this and God is that, and you looking like death itself, that ain't going to convince nobody for nothing. Why do we get millions of shares for stories of people overcoming, of people that are telling their story of when they started from the bottom, now they here, hey, started from the bottom, now my whole team. If you are a Drake fan, like I love Drake simply because Drake talks about, every album is the same. Screw haters, I got my mind on my goal, and I knew a girl named Keisha. Like, it's always the same. Like, it's life. It's like he's so focused on what he wants. He wants a hit every summer. He gets a hit every summer. He's so focused, and he produces this thing that just keeps growing. And you best believe, although faith is one word, he's always tested. Now, I don't know Drake's personal struggles. I mean, besides the ones he rap about. But in general, the reason why we love the people that we love most of the time, even Cardi B. Why is Cardi B? People, every time I go, why Cardi B? Somebody says, Keisha, you don't know she came from this and she struggled with that. Why? Because I love her story. In order for her story to be one that you love and admire and respect, because I respect it, right? Is because she overcame something. And you don't overcome unless you have the word. Type it in the comments. Okay, I see you guys typing a bunch of stuff in the comments. So true. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate live. Oh my God, my condolences. Yes, go look on her Facebook. She posted about her aunt. She buried her aunt this past weekend. Yes, lost my mother like that. Right. Like, it's just all around us, guys, all around us. Every time you take a breath, someone's losing their breath. The fact that everybody gets up in the morning and they get in their cars, well, the majority of people get in their cars and they go to work, and there's always going to be a wreck. The fact that that's a fact, there is always going to be a wreck on the freeway. And you don't know if it's going to be you, because you can't say, I'm a safe driver. The majority of the wrecks, a firefighter told me, were from other people hitting random people. So you could be a safe driver, but someone else, you can't control every vehicle. We act like we have time. And so one of the things that from Brian Tracy a long time ago is urgency and actually military. And so he taught me a lot of the principles from people from the military. He's a sergeant. And one thing my daddy always said was, you need to act like you got some fire under your feet, right? And he's like, you need to move. He's always about movement and taking action, and why you acting lazy, and don't be slothful, and get on and get to it and do it when I say do it when you feel you need to do it now. That's my dad, right? When he says something, he expects you to move immediately, right? And so I say that because I remember when I was in beauty school, coming from an abusive relationship, and I was broken. I didn't even know I was broken. I was surely broke. I knew I was broke as hell. But I didn't know that, there was something emotionally going on, because I wasn't tapped into that, right? And so I remember when I began to read and search, and I really got into, what's up, Gershom? Hey, Sehar. I really got into my spirituality deeper, my self-development, and just kind of like really got into that. And I just remember Brian Tracy stood out to me, and you guys know I preach. I need to go to something where Brian Tracy is, because I love that man. Okay, so because he just that book, Eat That Frog, is just one of my favorite books ever. Anyway, I read it all the time, every year. I never stopped reading it. It's the same book. I still get something new every time. Why? Because I'm in a new space in my life every time. So again, faith, one word. It's one word, right? But your life is always evolving. And so faith last year is different from faith this year. Faith to get through that thing last year, you got new things. So it's going to require a new type of faith. Faith is a muscle that must be continually built. Faith is a muscle that must be. He would always say, because I had the audio book and the physical book, and he would always say, do it now, do it now, do it now. And it reminds me of my dad, because right before he's getting ready to slap you upside your head, he would be like, do what I said now. Right? But Brian Tracy was kind of, it didn't feel violent, but it was like, do it now. If you feel like this is what you need, do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Urgency, urgency, urgency. And I used to be like, okay, all right. And I remember when I first went into beauty school, I would literally go to the dollar store and buy big old sweatpants. I love it. Gershom says, faith is a muscle that needs to be continually built. Exactly. And so I would go to the dollar store and I would buy like these big old, because it was cheap. And then I need some clothes. We had to wear all black. So I just went to the dollar store because I didn't care. My self-image was so low. I didn't realize how low I thought of myself. So I wasn't caring about my appearance or any of these things. And so I would wear these big old clothes, big old baggy, dirty looking clothes. It just was not cute. Okay. And I was just trying to get through the day. Right. And I remember Brian Tracy just began to talk about how if you want to be respected, if you want to be a business person, if you want to be successful, if you want to have your goals, then you've got to dress for how you want to be. I say dress for how you want to be addressed. And so he would talk about how you look and how your self-image matters and how you speak and how you walk and how you talk. And I just remember that required a belief in myself that I didn't really have at the moment. And even though I was a smiling person, I didn't believe anything. Really, I was just lost. But I'm reading this book and I'm trying to catch on to what he's saying. And that's the power of a book, man. That's the power of a book. The power of your message, the power of what you know and what you've experienced. He took his experience and put it out there, and it totally changed my life, right? And so I look up the definition of faith. And if you look it up, guys, it says complete trust or confidence in someone or something. And at that moment, I didn't have confidence in myself. I didn't have trust in myself. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that I was good enough to receive the things that he was speaking about in that book. But here's what I knew for sure. I wanted something different from my current reality. And the reason why I spoke about death this morning is something that we all can't avoid. It's an appointment that we all have, as Miles Monroe likes to say. It's an appointment that all of us have. We don't know the time, but it's something that we all have to, that all got to go to, right? And so the thing is, your scenario, your life right now is showing you your level of faith. Your life is showing you your level of faith. Does that make sense, guys? My life at the time in beauty school was showing me my level of faith. Right? Thank you for sharing your testimony. You're welcome. Thank you, Eli. And the thing about it is that the more your faith evolves, the more your life evolves. And so my mindset then still needed a lot of molding. I'm forever going to be molding. I'm forever going to be shaping and evolving, right? So I'm going to do that until I leave this planet, okay? Until I'm done, I'm in the dirt, right? And so back then in beauty school, I was only worried about, living paycheck to paycheck and just trying to survive, right? And that mentality required a certain level of faith. I had to believe I was good enough to pay my bills on time. I had to believe that I was good enough to make it through school, to be able to, because I was worried about how was I going to pay my student loans back? What am I going to do when I get out of beauty school? Like, who's going to give me a job? And the more I read Brian Tracy, he was like, you are in control. And I was like, He says that I can do this. And here's what I love about faith. Not only your belief, your faith, but the faith of other people in you. Even if I don't physically know you or touch you, I believe in you. And because I believe in you, I do my life work, and you feel my spirit, my faith energy, and it transcends to grow. Come on now. So the funny thing about faith is it may be one word, but the depth of that word, the power of faith will cause you to pick yourself up from whatever situation that you're in. Faith in myself, faith in God, my parents' faith in me being valuable allowed me to grow into and forever be evolving into something magnificent, into something barely recognizable. That's what faith does. And it's a muscle that if you don't build it, you'll watch your life and the things around you digress. You'll watch things go away. You'll watch yourself shrink. You'll watch yourself not go for opportunities. But once you begin to develop that faith muscle and you begin to lift those faith weights on a daily basis, you'll begin to soar. You may fall a little bit. You may get knocked down. Everything that you think is going to work may not work, but what I know is everything is always working for my benefit, for my most highest good. So everything works. Faith is what activates that. So my question for you all today is, what faith move will you make? What faith move will you make? And the question you ask yourself day in and day out when you're about to make decisions is, am I making a faith move or am I making a fear move? Come on, somebody. Girl, say you on fire. What's up, guys? I took last week off, if y'all wondering where Good Tea was at. I was chilling. I had to take a week off. Sometimes you just take off and you just do whatever your heart desires. And that's the beauty of being your own boss. The question, my friends, is, are you making a faith move or a fear move? That's what I wanted to leave with you today. Because I want you to understand that you have choice. Because you're always like, things are always gonna be happening. I know Instagram like to make us think, Facebook and all these videos and things like to make us think that everything's perfect. No, things are always happening. We're always going to have some type of something that goes, oh my God, you just go, how am I going to get through this? The minute that thought comes into my mind, I just go and look for the moment when I got through the other thing. And so that strengthens my faith muscle. And I just keep remembering and feeling the overcoming of the other thing. And then my mind, it's just so smart. That's why I tell you guys all the time, claim it. I am so smart. I am so smart. Let me see you guys type that in the comments. YouTube, you guys are so lit. Oh my gosh, so many comments on here. Yes, I was wondering. Oh yeah, everybody was like, are you okay? I was like, yes, I just want to take a week off. No. Yes. I am so smart. Let me see you guys claiming that. Hope you can join me on my live. When is it? Let me see you guys type that on the comments. Facebook. My comments on Facebook are weird. Make sure you type it in the comments, because let me tell you something. Here's what we do with faith. And here's what we do with situations that come into our life. When things come up in our life, we begin to wonder, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? How? But if you train yourself to stop wondering how and just know what you want and own it and feel it in your blood and your veins, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. But you have like 75 trillion cells. How many cells do we have in our body? I don't know. Let's Google it, because I just want to have a real number. How many cells do in the human body? Okay, let's see. Oh, it says 37.2 trillion. Okay, 37.2 trillion cells are working for you, because, guys, we're just like a culmination of all of that stuff. This ain't nothing but a case, okay? This is a case that's carrying my soul, my spirit, my energy. Now, here's the thing. When you believe, when it rains, it pours, everything that starts happening around you, because why? You told 37.2 trillion cells that when it rains, it pours. Now, that's just a random old school statement. But what you're saying is that it's one bad thing after another pouring over me. And so your body will do everything in its capacity to make sure that you just keep being a manifestation of the statement, when it rains, it pours. Y'all get what I'm saying here? Y'all see what I'm saying? So here's my question to you. Yes, this is a soul case. Take care of your soul case. You know what I'm saying? Do a couple push-ups. But I will tell you this. When you recognize the power that's inside of you, faith comes like a magic wand. Just decided by faith, not by sight, because what I typically see, like I see, and in my mind, I think my eyes are even masks, because I just know situations. I just see that. And so no matter where I've been, I'm going to do the next thing. I just know that I'm just doing that version of it. It might be a little janky. We're not at the Caesar's Palace yet, darling, but I got to make moves in accordance to that big one with my background. No one with my disability. No one with my learning curve. Of course, you say whatever you say. Some people, no one with my weight. No one with my whatever. People say this type of stuff. I think one reason I know when I very first, long time ago, when I first shaved off my hair, this is years ago. I remember when I first shaved off my hair, and then I was all confident and excited about it, and I shaved off because I just was like, whatever, right? And then all of the things came. You're not going to get booked for this. They're not going to book you for this. This is not the look that you should do because you're blah, 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 blah. And then I started going, whose thoughts are these? These aren't my thoughts. These aren't my beliefs. I hear them. But what I know for sure is, and I just start going over what I knew for sure. And I begin to tap into that. And I begin to feel that. And then everywhere I went, people would go, I wish I could do that. Man, I wish I could shave my hair. And I was like, oh. Because we all have some false beliefs that we're walking around with, right? But see, when you live by faith and not by sight, you make moves that you normally wouldn't make. You literally move mountains because your intention, because you make up your mind, because you believe. And again, the power of faith from yourself and from the people around you. That's when magic happens. That's why you need community. That's why you need people that have like minds that are trying to evolve. That's why you need a group of this thing that we do here. It may not be 1 million people on here yet. But Good Tea for Life is a moment where we come together and be in the same energy and believe the same and have a conversation that makes us even better in the world, right? We need this a lot, more of it, because energy grows where energy goes. So my friends, where are you putting your faith? Are you putting your faith in your job that's controlled by someone else? Are you putting your faith in a man? Are you putting your faith in a thing outside of you? I don't know about y'all. And here's a couple things, and we about to shut it down. And we're talking about faith all week. I feel like faith is probably my life message because my life is comprised of all these moves where I look back and I go, how in the heck did I manage to have that happen? I just trusted my gut. My gut said go. And again, Brian Tracy, my dad, they all said, go, urgency, do it now, do it now, do it now. Okay, I'm just going to do it. Just act in a moment of faith. And what I will tell you is this. Faith requires you to be bold. Write that in the comments. Faith requires you to be bold. Faith requires you to look crazy to other people. Write that in the comments. I got to be bold. I got to be willing to look crazy to other people, because once you start making bold moves and you start making bold claims, because you know in your heart that it's done and it's done and it's beyond done, and other people around you, if they're not on the same vibration as you, then they're going to be like, you're crazy. You can't do that. So-and-so failed when they did that. And so again, back to what I said a minute ago, you got to instantly look for proof. Right? And you know you overcome something, you can overcome the next thing. That's proof, right? But then there's always other people. Like some people say, I don't have a disability, my leg missing or whatever. Well, there's a man with no legs and arms who's a motivation speaker who makes a whole lot of money, who touches a whole lot of lives, and who loves his life, okay? There is always a way. We get stuck in the how. We've got to train ourselves to stop getting into the minute details, these little bitty knick-knack things. Like, oh, how is it going to happen? Oh, I got to think about it. Oh, people are going to judge me. Oh, who cares? Like my daddy says, tell them to fly kites because they ain't nobody. So faith requires you to be bold. Hey, Toya. Faith requires you to look crazy to other people because they weren't giving your faith move. The thing that came to your soul, to your gut, that you know that you want to do, you feel it. You like, ooh, like you could tell when a faith move hits you because it's like, do it. And you're like, oh, you start to feel like you got the BGs, but it's not the BGs. It's not the BGs. It's the FGs. It's the faith gut. Your faith gut down there is activated. And you're like, oh, what was that? And you're like, can I do that? Can I really do that? Am I qualified? Me? That's why I love the story of Moses. Moses is like, me? You want me to do what? Nah, you don't want me to do that, God. I'm not qualified. People won't listen to me. God said, now look here, man. Why you worry about you? This ain't about you. This is what I'm gonna help you do. And that's the beauty of the relationship with God. It's you and him. And it's all in here. So ain't nobody outside of you gotta say, why you always, you know how many people don't make moves in their life because they're looking for other people's opinions and other people's approvals. Oh, I gotta see what my mom and them gonna say. Oh, what if my family gonna think about me? Oh, what if my knee doesn't want to go the way that my soul is telling me to go? Oh, my friends, sometimes you have to walk alone. Because that thing that you feel and you know in your heart is real, that's your mission. It wasn't given to them. So I am here to tell you that it's all about faith. It's always about faith. And every day you got to be looking for faith moves. And what I know for sure is that when you make faith moves, your life elevates. When you make faith moves, your life elevates. When you make fear moves, your life retracts. It digresses. It goes down. You start doing stuff like scrimping and thinking that the world gonna end. And as many times as they say the world gonna end, you're still here, and the world is progressing rather fast. And even in the times of depressions and the 2008, I didn't feel 2008. I saw what everybody was saying, but I didn't feel it. And I'm not rich. I wasn't like, oh my God, balling. But I just made up my mind that I'm going to get this thing and this result, and that's what happened. I don't live according to those rules and the controlled media, okay? You're not going to tell me that I should be fearing depression and all different things. No, because what I see is what I create. So I just got to keep creating what I want to see. And it's not going to happen from fear. It's only going to happen from faith. Faith, faith, faith. That's it. Accept your mission or you'll be tested hard and just period. It's going to keep chasing you. So what's the thing that's in your soul that you know you want to do? See, people, there's so many distorted things because you like, well, so-and-so tried it and it didn't work. Well, I got to just quit everything. Faith is starting with what you have. Faith is starting the side hustle. Faith is asking the person, even though you feel like you're not qualified. Faith is working for free until you can be qualified to get paid under their terms. Faith is being bold and going for what you know. Now, here's why we need God's spirit. Because you need discernment. You need wisdom. And so I saw somebody say that wisdom, you just get wisdom. No, if you don't apply what you learned, then you didn't get the wisdom. Then you didn't learn the lesson, because if you learn the lesson, then you wouldn't do it again, right? You've got to activate wisdom. Wisdom is always available. Right? And so listen, guys, faith is not something that is outside of you. You can't download it. You can't go buy it. You got to be it. You got to live it. You got to walk it. So you got to be able to walk faith with fear, because fear ain't going to go nowhere. Fear is just like, it's just an accessory. You got to make sure that it ain't the main accessory, because it's always there. If you ain't got no fear, then you ain't playing big enough. But you got to make sure fear is not driving you, right? The whole time you're making fear moves. Very rarely you find somebody where fear actually works for them. Like, you got some people, they're really kind of like, they're so scared, they go all in and it actually works because they're so scared. Fears, they're motivated. But for the most part, guys, when you're scary, you're wondering about who's going to judge you, what are people going to think, I'm not qualified. And so you're not moving at all. And I'm just here to ask you this morning is to move and to make a faith move. To make a faith move. That's my request for you this morning. Make a faith move. Study the word faith. Study stories. And you already know, because you follow people because you attach to their story. So somebody's overcome something that you admire and you like, oh, they could do it, I could do it. Why? Because they had faith and they moved even though people told them not to. They took action even though people said, no, you wasn't going, whatever. So they reaping benefits. And a lot of times we try to get the benefits, but we ain't trying to go through nothing. Faith doesn't mean it's flowers. Faith means you got to go through something, but you can overcome because you have the thing called faith. Faith has to be activated. Faith is a thing that it ain't just, you got to be moving. And you can't be worried about what you see. I agree. We have to keep it moving. Actually, exactly. Make faith move. So I dare you today to look at your life, look at where you want to be, look at where you are now, and say, what's the faith move that's in alignment with where I want to go? that's in alignment with where I want to go. Someone always, what does alignment mean? It means that it's lined up with. So if this is where you are, this is where you want to go, make a move that's lined up with where you want. Okay? Don't make a move that ain't got nothing to do with where you're trying to be. I'm just saying, you can do it. I believe in you. 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 You can. I believe in you. I'm not worried about what you see, because those are just things. We were playing Uno yesterday, and I just made I made a statement like, I'm gonna win, and that's just that. And so as the card games are being played, you know, people putting out things like draw two. I gotta draw two, or I gotta switch hand, or whatever. And so I was laughing at my stepson, because I'm like, he's like, you gotta draw two. And I said, I'm not worried about, I'm not gonna be shook by these cards that are played to me. Because I know my intention. I know my goal. Now, first game I won, okay? Now, second game I didn't win. My cousin won. In the last two games, my stepson won. At the end of the day, that's how life goes. There's no rule that says you have to win every round. But the rule is that I know my intention. So you keep playing. Some rounds you win, some rounds you don't. But the thing about faith is you don't get to pick and choose when you want to activate it, and you don't know the outcome. So that's why it's scary, because some rounds you win, sometimes you don't. But you've got to be willing to stand and be you, and all of you, with faith, no matter what you see. Whatever life card comes to you, draw two, whatever, reverse, skip you. You got to be willing to still play the game. You got to be willing to still play the game as a winner, no matter what you see. That's faith. That's faith. That's faith. That's faith. We're going to talk about this all week, guys. You guys know the drill. Every morning, 10 a.m. Central. I love you guys. Make sure you are on my email list. Go to LakeishaMichelle.com. If you like business, beauty, and all of this motivating tutorials coming out, and motivation. So guys, you want to hear messages like this more often, you want to be the first to know or whatever I have coming out, go to LakeishaMichelle.com and you will be the first to be notified. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Good morning. Good morning. I so needed this. Yay. I am so smart. I finally caught you live. Hey, Kastunga, I think. Kastunga Bell. I ain't scared now. I make faith moves. Right. In your Cardi B voice. I love how you said it yet. Better speak it. Always. You got to speak it. You're always speaking things. You're always speaking. Oh, man, I love the book. Let me see. To the door. So the story of Moses is one of my favorite. And then I love. Are those my shoes? I ordered 5 pair of shoes. Okay, let's see where Solomon is in the Bible. I studied that story. Let's see. Okay, so you come in. Okay, I don't know where it is, but the book, like, I love the story of Solomon, because when I was growing up and just getting back into the Bible for myself and not from what the church told me to do, I wanted to just search it for myself, and I touched on you gotta have faith. That's the moral of the freaking story. There's a million scriptures, but hey, and also you guys know the rule. When in doubt, read Proverbs. Today is the 30th, so read Proverbs chapter 30, and I guarantee you something's going to speak to your soul. And here's the deal, guys. You got to remember, when you read the Bible, you've got to read different versions. Just don't read King James Version. Read cross references. So, like, you can literally type in, so say we're going to read Exodus 4 versions of the Bible, guys. You're so inspiring. Thank you. So that you can get different depths of the scripture. Don't just read one way, because there's nothing that's just one way in the world. Like, it's not. So you have to look up, when studying the Bible or anything looks like studying the different, it's called cross-referencing, right? So I'll read King James. Hey, auntie. Y'all say, hey, my auntie, the CEV version. And then you got to look up words that stick out to you. So, and here's the thing about that. When you start breaking down the English language, also, hey, auntie, hey, look, beauty, skin deep. So Oh, she's one of my likers in Short Hair Bootcamp. So, side note, if you haven't sent your pictures in for Short Hair Bootcamp Live, hello, send them in. And you're a lifetime member. If you're a member in general, send your picture in. But if you're a lifetime member, send it in. Anyway, you gotta look at different types of meanings of words, because you can take a word like, if you look at the word, if you look at, I think it was the word, like word was broken down to, I think it was logos. And it was like the whole thing. Hold on, let me see where it's at. Y'all, it was so good. Yep. The Greek, while both rhema and logos are translated into English, like, so the word W-O-R-D also means rhema and logos. Logos refers to Christ. Like, you can go to these, like that one word goes so deep. And so then what happens when you read a scripture, you can change out the different definitions and you'll be like, mind blown. This is how I study, like, for real. Like, I think I sleep, like, I've been sleeping so less lately because I just been studying. Like, I literally, last week, all I was doing was reading books. My mind is blown from last week. I learned so much about law, about script. I learned so much and my mind was blown. I would never even try to tell anybody all the things that I read, because they would just be like, you're a psycho. Because I learn it and I read at such a fast pace, it's ridiculous. So I say that to say, study is a way of life. Studying is not just one way. And you must be a studier forever. Okay. That's how I know so much. I study all the time. Like, if I wake up at night and, like, you know, sometimes, guys, you can't sleep, don't freaking scroll Facebook. Go, every now and then we scroll Facebook, right? But in general, train yourself when you can't sleep to go read, because it's like, you're awake, might as well learn something. And so your brain, oh my God, you're so smart. You'll begin to just overcome. You'll begin to solve. You cannot solve today's problems with your current mind that got you there. So you've got to always evolving so that you can keep problem solving. Bling. Moral of the story, make faith moves today. I love you guys. I love you. 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 I believe in you. I really do. That's why I'm sharing this, because I know that, yes, listen, you can take this and apply it to your unique situation. You know, sometimes you don't want to say, if I can do it, you can do it. Listen, the it part is different. Like, whatever you're going through, what I know for sure is that faith is required to make a bolder, new, beautiful version. I love you guys. I will see you guys later. I'll be going live later. Cool stuff happening for the month of August. And yeah, so make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Facebook, get on the email list. Listen, you know, at church, when they get a message and then you get your offering to me, if you've been blessed, is to go to LakeishaMichelle.com and join my email list and share this stream. So if you enjoyed this, Facebook, don't be just watching, share it as well. I love you guys. Love you. Bye, bye, bye for now.